have a confession, you guys, and I actually am very proud of myself. We're gonna do a little what's in my diaper bag, and it made us like second guess ourselves. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I am so excited to be back home and vlogging for you guys today. We ended up getting back from Colorado a couple days ago, and after our travel day back from Colorado, I went to bed at 7:30. We put Cece down and I was like, we're going to bed, because as much as I love traveling, I just love being at home so much more. I am such a homebody. I love my own bed. I love my morning routine, and that trip was so fun. We actually went with another couple that we just adore, but for some reason, travel, especially with a baby now, it just takes it out of me. And so we're back home and we're relatively settled. This morning we did our usual morning routine. Instead of getting up at 5 though, we did get up at 6. We pushed it back 1 hour. We did our journaling, Bible reading, workout, and then made breakfast. I have been making this really good oatmeal. I end up putting chia seeds in the oatmeal while it's like cooking, and then I add like hemp hearts and lots of fruit and honey and all the things, and it has been one of my favorite breakfasts to make in the morning, and it's been great too because I can end up saving some for Cece as well. So we made breakfast this morning. I went ahead and I got ready to start this vlog, and we're actually going to start off with a try on haul. This video is sponsored by Express, and they sent me some pieces to show you guys, so we're just going to go ahead and jump on into that. First up is this body contour top, and this is a really great stretch cotton. It's smoothing. It's a really thick material as well. I love this scoop neck style. I feel like it's really elegant. It's almost like a soft square, and it comes in a bunch of different colors. I ended up getting it in this really beautiful, almost like cream off-white, and it's gonna be such a good basic with so many different pieces. I do feel like the star of this whole haul though is this skirt. You guys, like, how sleek is this? It has obviously built-in shorts because it's a skirt, but the skirt goes all the way front and back. Sometimes skirts can just have the front panel, but it's a skirt looking style in the back as well. I love also this little slit on the leg. It's such a good length. It makes my legs look long, and I am like obsessed the way that it fits in the waist and the hips. There's no like gap in the back. It just fits everywhere super nicely, and it's really stretchy. And then this is the other body contour top that I got in the boat neck style. I am obsessed with this style, this cut up top, because you can wear it with any bra, especially if you're a mom and you're like bending down to get your kid all the time like me. This is the perfect style of top. You can obviously dress it down with a great pair of denim, but I really love it with this skirt. I feel like this is such a cute outfit. It's very simple, but it's so clean cut, really good. Basics can go a long way. How amazing is this blazer vest? I am so obsessed with this all black look. Very chic, very put together. Again, a really simple outfit, but if you accessorize it well with some really sleek accessories like a black bag, a black heel, you look instantly put together. This is such a cute top though. I love the high neckline, the buttons down the front. You can even unbutton the bottom button or even the bottom 2 buttons and wear it more open. I really just love it with this skirt. I think this skirt is like the best find. It is so cute. It's so flattering, and I just love how it looks with every single piece. And then the last piece is this really incredible relaxed blazer. I love the fit of this. It's a bit of a longer style, so it kind of brushes above the skirt. I think these look so good together though. This skirt, this blazer, the vest top, seriously any of these pieces, they all mix and match really well. I've got it on over that same contour top that I showed you guys in the beginning, but I think this is such a cute look. I also feel like you could really have some fun with all of these pieces, mix and match them. You could wear this skirt with like a white t-shirt and dress it down with a sneaker, throw this on with a pair of denim. Obviously you can wear this top with just about anything, but I especially love just like the way this fits in the shoulders. It's such a good, almost like slim fit, but still kind of oversized. But I'll make sure to link all of these down below in the description box and include my sizes down there as well that I got in each piece. If you guys want to check any of these out, you can click the links down below. I had to throw in a cardigan because the weather here in Nashville is playing tricks on us, you guys. Like, it has been so all over the place. It was really warm, and then it was freezing, and then it was storming, and now we're back to like a really nice spring day, but it's a little bit chilly. So definitely if you're traveling to Nashville anytime in the spring, just pack layers because you never know, it changes daily. I'm currently outside because I want to give you guys a little bit of an update on our backyard. We have added some things since my previous vlog and I have some stuff to show you. First up, we're gonna start in the garden section. So my garden beds are thriving. Actually, hold on. First up, this fence. I forgot to tell you guys, we stained our fence, and I'm not trying to be dramatic, but when we picked out our stain color, we were originally gonna do a dark warm brown, and the guy who was doing the staining was like, are you sure you want this color? And it made us like second guess ourselves because when he swatched it, it looked really almost like red on the wood that he swatched it on. And so we kind of like went the other direction and we're like, okay, we're gonna go a little bit cooler. We're gonna do it a little bit more like dark and go more like cool tone, because if the wood is really warm, then we want the stain to be a little bit cooler. We ended up with a dark gray fence, which is not what we were going for. Definitely almost cried when they were like halfway down the fence. We were like, oh no. And you can't really fix it without like stripping the stain and doing it all over again. And we were already spending so much money on the stain and getting it stained that we were like, just let it go. It will fade. We'll get another chance to do it again. So if you're not in love with our fence stain color, neither are we. Anyway, my garden is thriving. So we've got my lettuce. I did plant like a couple marigolds. I'm actually gonna get some marigold seeds and do some more throughout and do like seed starts for those. But for now, I just have like a couple of them in the beds. But I've got my lettuce. My kale is doing amazing. My potatoes actually just sprouted like a week ago and they have grown like weeds. Like they came up above the ground maybe like this much a week ago, and they're already huge. So these are my potatoes that I literally just used a grocery store like organic potato and I cut it up and I stuck it in the ground. So that was an experiment. And then over here I've got my green onion, which I think I might need to thin these out a little bit. I actually just scattered seeds for these. There were a few that I had done seed starts and then planted them out here, and then the rest I actually just threw a bunch of seeds out. So I need to thin these, I think. The rain though that we got in Nashville was insane. It literally flooded different parts of Nashville. You can see on my beds where it like brought the soil level up because there was so much rain. And then this is my spinach. My spinach is kind of all over the place. So we have one spinach here, which is doing amazing. Fun story about this spinach is I actually thought that the seed start was not working, so I just dumped the soil back into the bag outside, and then like 3 weeks later I came out and it was a spinach plant. So it just took a little bit longer to germinate, but it ended up being the strongest and healthiest spinach plant that I have. So maybe that's a little life lesson. But the rest of my spinach are starts as well. So these ones were starts inside. This was a start inside. And then I have some that I actually just scattered into the beds. And then the real star of the show are my snap peas. These are my snap peas and they have started to climb, which is exciting. I think I have my first snap pea growing on this one. But down here on these smaller ones actually are full snap peas. So I'm not totally sure when I'm supposed to harvest those, but I've got quite a few of them and they're looking pretty good. The ones that actually already have the snap pea pods growing are from starts that I had inside, and then these giant ones are ones that I actually just planted in the ground. I didn't even start these ones inside. So again, another life lesson. Are the ones that you just throw out into the garden the strongest ones, because they end up growing the fastest. Here I've got some dill and I just scattered some seeds not that long ago, so these are just now sprouting up. Then I've got my red onion over here, and I'm actually not sure what these are. These might just be weeds, because these aren't, I don't think these are red onion. Those might just be weeds. I never know, honestly. I'm very new to this still, but red onion is over here. And this was a mix of seed starts and scattered seeds. I kind of just like went for it with everything. This is my garlic, and I believe I pulled these up once. The green dies. Let me know, guys, if you guys have any gardening tips, because it's my first year of doing gardening. And I actually am very proud of myself, because I typically am the type of person who, if I don't feel really confident in what I'm doing, I just put it off and I put it off. But with the garden, I was just wanting to do this so bad. And at our old house, we didn't have a space for an outdoor garden. And this has been something that I've been wanting to do for years. And so when we bought this house, this was like my dream of turning our side yard into a garden. So I'm very, very excited to just like jump into it all the way this year. These are my radishes, and Jason will tell you that these radishes have become my personality because this was actually my very first seed that I had just thrown out into the garden. I had done all of these seed starts inside under lights with perfect conditions, and then with my radishes I literally just tossed the seeds out, and they have done incredibly, like the best of all of my plants. And I'm telling you guys, like, that's a life lesson that nature does not need our help to grow. It is just such an incredible thing to watch radishes literally growing from seeds, and they are so healthy and so beautiful, and I have so many of them and I'm so excited. I don't really eat a lot of stuff with radishes, mostly like bowls. If I go somewhere I'll get a bowl with radishes, but I thought the garden would also be a really good opportunity to try out different vegetables that I wouldn't normally eat, and radishes are not like top of the list for me of things I'm craving, but I thought I could get really creative if I had them. So I'm really excited about them, and they're all growing in very, very nicely. But these are my carrots. I also need to thin these out. I ended up just buying some lavender and rosemary because those were typically harder to start, I've heard. Got my cilantro, which actually has like grown in the last couple of days, a lot bigger. Arugula, basil, which I think is getting eaten by something. I'm very sad about it. And then this strawberry plant that I just bought from Home Depot because I just wanted to try it. And then we got pavers from Home Depot for in between the beds, and we're gonna have the landscapers do sod over here. We decided kind of last minute that it would be really nice to actually just have grass and not do seeding. But this is our sod, so we're gonna get this put in on the other side of the house as well, and it has done so well, like the greenest grass I have ever seen. But we got some bushes put in as well, so we've got some blue and purple hydrangeas here on the side of the house, and we're hoping that those grow quite a bit bigger. We've already got some little weeds growing in here. I'm gonna have to go through and do a spring cleaning of that. And then we also got these bushes put in against our garage detached, which is where my office is, and they're so beautiful, and they should grow pretty tall. So we've got a good amount of this cement wall covered, and we're gonna get some more put in here as well. And then lucky timing for me, our landscapers just showed up with our trees that are gonna go along the fence. So we're gonna do 5 trees along this fence to just kind of add some privacy, and then also just add some greenery right there. And then really quick, because my plants are my life right now, I have all my seed starts in here, and I've got my bell pepper starts, my cherry tomatoes. I have a bunch of different tomato varieties over there, more basil because I planted mine outside a little early, so I have some extras in here to move out there probably in May. And then I've also got green beans and zucchini and cucumber, so quite the operation going on. It ended up being a beautiful day. Our trees just got put in, and once they're in the ground, they're a little smaller. Okay, we went with the 5 to 6 foot because the next one, I think the next step up was like 8 to 9 feet, and it was gonna cost like $700 more for trees. So we decided to just go with 5 to 6 foot. They should grow about a foot a year. So that locks us into this house for at least a few years to really reap the benefits of these trees. But for more than privacy, they are beautiful. Look at them in all their glory. I think they might be the same trees that we have on our deck right now, but they're like an evergreen tree, and these ones actually already have like little buds on them, but these ones are super healthy. The 8 to 9 foot ones ended up being kind of scraggly too, because we actually did have our landscaper look at those and send us pictures, and these ones just ended up looking better anyway. So cute. One day, hopefully a year from now, these will be taller than our fence. So Cece is over a year now, and she's a big girl. Well, she's actually on the smaller side, but she is outgrowing her car seat, and so we ended up getting her big girl car seat. We're gonna open it up today. We ended up going with the Nuna Revv, which is a rotating one. We're hoping it's gonna be really easy to like install, and then it would be easy to get her in and out of the car seat because it should like shift. Two cup holders, and then I think this might be just an infant insert, and then it has the bigger padding behind it, but it looks so nice. I love this like textured fabric and the little polka dot insert. This is a Pottery Barn exclusive colorway, and it's so pretty. And then inside of this bag, it looks like it just comes with extra head padding, just a different wedge. So this is for an infant, and then another little head pad. And then it also comes with strap pads. So here she is in all her installed glory. Easy to get her in and out of the car, and then rotate back, and then you can also go all the way forward facing like that. And it's nice because you can just do it with one hand. I'm glad that we went ahead and got that car seat installed because we've had that just like sitting by our front door for weeks and we've been needing to do it. We obviously still had her in the Duna for our trip, which was very convenient because we ended up renting a car in Colorado, so we were able to use that for our car seat in the car and also like through the airport, which was so nice. Now I'm thinking about traveling with her without the Duna, and I'm like, how are we gonna get her through the airport? I actually did see somebody with a toddler car seat that had an attachment for wheels, but it wasn't the Duna and it also wasn't a stroller. So I'm gonna have to do some research. Let me know down in the comments how you guys travel with kids needing car seats and like boosters. Do you check them at the gate? Do you rent them with your rental car? We're trying to figure all that out. We're going to Tokyo at the end of May. And so for that, I don't think we'll need a car seat because we're gonna do mostly like trains and maybe some buses. But it's like another logistical thing to think about constantly when you're traveling with a kid now. I need to clean out Cece's diaper bag because this thing got so wrecked during our travel day. I normally have this like very organized and there's usually not a lot in it actually. Now that she is a little bit older, I don't take as much stuff with me, but when we're traveling, I need literally everything. Snacks, books, games, or toys, carrier, all the things. So this thing is like packed to the brim and I need to actually like take everything out and dump it because I spilled some puffs in it and they all got crushed and now there's puff dust in the bottom of this diaper bag. But this is our diaper bag. I ended up taking this one because it actually holds more than my Dagny Dover one. That one is the medium size and now I'm wondering if I should have gotten the large size. I do feel like after a year of having a kid, you're like, okay, now I really know what I need or what I didn't need. And this bag actually holds so much. For a second, I like didn't use it because it wasn't a backpack, but it ended up being actually really convenient because I could just slip it under the airplane seat and then pull it out and it was already open and very easy to get into. So we're gonna do a little what's in my diaper bag tour. In this back pocket is where I keep all of my personal items, like my items. So I have a pouch that I always keep in my purses actually with some perfume, lip balm, concealer, floss, because you never know when you need it. And this actually goes in all my purses. And then whenever I'm not carrying a purse and I'm just carrying the diaper bag, I just slip this pouch in the diaper bag and it makes transferring bags so much easier. And then also I'll usually have like car keys and my phone and my wallet in this back zipper. And then this front zipper is where the changing pad is. So there's a pad that unfolds. The side pocket is where I keep usually like her bib and spoon just for traveling. I find it's easier than having a bunch of cloth bibs. And then the other side is where I will just stick my own water bottle or her water bottle. And then inside of the diaper bag is quite a mess right now, but diapers in here. I keep pouches in here as well. So Go-Go squeezes and fruit strips for me, Cliff Bar for me. You gotta have snacks as a mom for yourself too, because if your baby's hungry and you're also hungry, it's not a good situation. So I always keep snacks for myself. And then I also have an extra outfit in here, a bib, some socks, and my #1 recommendation to always have dog poop bags in your diaper bag, because no matter where you're going, you might need these for blowout situations. You can throw either the diaper in the bag or you can throw their outfits in the bag. So there have been many times where Cece has had a blowout. We didn't want to throw away the outfit. I just throw it in this dog bag and I wash it when I get home. So always have these on hand, especially if you're traveling and you're staying in an Airbnb or hotel where you only have one room or one trash can. This does help a lot with the smell. So I always keep those in my diaper bag. I do not go anywhere without them. Got this little pouch which has some hand sanitizer, some stuff for me. I've got a pair of contact lenses in here, some sting relief, insect bite stuff, zinc ointment, Aquaphor, more dog bags. So this is kind of just like a first aid kit. And then I've got her puffs. This container did spill in the bag, unfortunately. Even though it has a lid, it came off. A little rattle, another rattle, some more socks. I've got her wipes and some toys that we used on the plane. This one was really great, but I think it's just too advanced for her. She liked it for a second, but she couldn't figure out, obviously, how to turn on and off all the switches. One of our friends gave this to us and said that her kid really liked it on the plane, and they're a little bit older than her, but she just wasn't too interested in it yet. She couldn't quite figure it out, so I think this might be a toy for a little bit later when she's older. Hopefully when we go to Japan, she'll be old enough to use this. And then this she actually really liked. So this was another toy that our friend gave us that they used on the plane, and it actually comes in a pack of 4 with different colors, and they're just like these pipes that make some noise, but when you're on a plane it's actually not very loud, but they are fun to bend and you can like move them in different shapes. And this was a really good toy for her because she was just able to grab onto it and carry it throughout the airport, play with it on the plane. She really liked this. This was also a saver when we went out to dinner with our friends that we went on the trip with. We were able to bring one of these and she would just play with it. Obviously not the whole time, but it did keep her busy for a bit. I heard Cece move a second ago. I think I heard her because her room is right there. But I have a confession, you guys. We did get a new baby monitor. It was something that I was really hesitant on getting a Wi-Fi monitor, but we ended up getting a VTech Wi-Fi and like actual screen monitor because my mom watches her a lot, so I wanted something where my mom could just like grab it and also I wouldn't have to be on my phone all the time. But I'm not gonna lie, it has been extremely convenient to have it on my phone as well, especially when I'm outside or up in my office. Sometimes these like monitors, the physical monitors, don't reach that far, and so we were on the fence about getting one and we ended up getting it in Colorado. Basically it is a Wi-Fi and an actual physical monitor, and so you don't need to have it on Wi-Fi to use it. So in the condo in Colorado, we just had it on this physical monitor. Also, you guys, the battery life on this thing is so much better than the Infant Optic one that we had. I think that one at this point, we've only had it for like a year, but it dies after maybe like 3 hours. Like, doesn't last very long, so we have to constantly keep that one plugged in. This one literally lasts for, I think it's 13 hours if the screen is on and 19 hours if the screen is off and it's just audio. So most of the time we just keep it on audio because we know CC is fine. And so typically if we hear her, we know she's awake. If we don't hear her, we know she's asleep. We're not really worried about her. But the actual battery life on this thing is amazing. And the screen is actually a much larger, kind of like wider angle as well. So you don't have to get another like wide angle attachment lens like the Infant Optics one. I do really like that one. There are a lot of things about that monitor that I really liked. I will say with this VTech one though, it does have this sensor where if the baby isn't like moving or making noise, the screen just shuts off automatically. The audio obviously is still going, and then it can detect when CC is either moving or making noise, and it will turn the screen back on, which I think is really convenient because a lot of times I don't need the screen on if she's asleep. And then the camera itself actually has a built-in sound machine and a nightlight, which I'm like, oh my gosh, the amount of times that we would have to pack a sound machine and a shusher when we would go somewhere when she was first born, when we could have just had it on her camera. But it's kind of hard to know, honestly. Like, you just go off of your friend's recommendations. So my best friend recommended the Infant Optics one. It is actually one of the most highly rated non-Wi-Fi monitors out there, and I still think it is an incredibly reliable, very quick, accurate non-Wi-Fi monitor. But we just really wanted something to have on our phone, and then also you can share the camera with family members, which is so great. So I can send it to Jason or send it to my mom even, and it's just so nice to have both. I think that's what really won me over, was not just being a Wi-Fi monitor, but like actually having both. So that is my mini review on this VTech Wi-Fi monitor. We know we want to have more kids, and so we're definitely gonna get some use out of this, and it ended up being a really good buy because the battery life is already amazing, and I just love being able to see her on my phone if I don't have this with me. Cece up in the stroller because we're gonna be walking to go pick up dinner. And I forgot to show you guys, the state of our garage right now is special. Jason decided that now that he's handy, he has hung tool rack, or not tool rack, what would you call that?
Yeah, I call that
Tool rack. He's hung that. He hung our floating shelf in our dining room. You also, what else have you done in this house? You installed the dining room light. So he's had a lot of good handy moments. He decided that he was gonna build this cedar shed. This is like our last step for our backyard. We're building a shed out there because our garage is pretty tight. So our 2 cars fit in here and then not a whole lot of other stuff. And so we're building a really cute shed. You can see it's gonna be nice and natural wood. I don't think we're gonna stain it a color. We'll probably just seal it. It comes in pieces on a pallet. So that will be Jason's project in a couple of weeks with one of our friends.
You get another one if you want.
Wait, sorry,
Wait, I thought y'all discontinued those
Well,
punch cards.
I finally got them printed again.
Oh, okay.
Okay, well,
yeah,
let's
we've been working on this one.
Even
Let's
if we
cast this one
discontinued
in.
it, we would have still honored it.
Jason got me one of these for Valentine's Day. It was delicious. But I will be back for the strawberry matcha, don't worry. The best boba in Nashville. Whoa. Oh my gosh. That was the craziest packaging I've ever seen.
I wonder why.
Feels a little luxurious. It is now 7 o'clock, which is Cece's bedtime and also pretty much our bedtime. Jaywaz is making some decaf coffees and we're just gonna chill for the rest of the night. So I'm gonna go ahead and end this vlog here. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, be sure to give it a thumbs up, leave me a comment down below, and be sure to check out the express pieces that I showed y'all. I'll have those linked down below as well. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you guys in my next one really, really soon. Bye guys.